Hello, whether my voice is clear? Hello, write in the chat box. Okay. So we'll start our lecture. So in the last lecture, we have started the psychrometry, that is our chapter number 5. So in that we have seen what is meant by air conditioning. Then we have seen what is the meaning of psychrometry. So yesterday only we have seen the definition of air conditioning. So what was the definition of air conditioning? What was the definition of air conditioning? So air conditioning is nothing but the process. Air conditioning is nothing but the process of conditioning of the air. And conditioning of air means we have to do the or we have to supply and maintain the internal desirable atmospheric condition irrespective of external condition. So that is called as the air conditioning. And we have also seen the meaning of psychrometry. Psychrometry means psychrometry means it is the study of moisture. Now under this chapter, the very much important term or the basic terms are there. So those will be called as the psychrometric terms. So in that psychrometric terms, first basic term is there, that is called as the dry air. First basic term is there, that is called as the dry air. So if you take the one example, suppose you are having the atmospheric air or surrounding to you, suppose you are having one atmospheric air, and suppose you took one pot, and in that pot or you took one glass, and in that pot or glass you are having the ice. Suppose you are having the ice inside the glass or inside the pot, and when you are going to keep this glass which is filled with the ice on a table which is exposed to the surrounding, suppose this is a table. So you have kept that glass or pot on a table which is containing the ice. Now after sometimes you will observe that after sometimes you will observe that the surface of the or outer surface of the glass or pot, the outer surface, that means this surface of glass, wait for 1 minute, that outer surface of this glass or pot is having water droplet. So here after sometimes you will observe that I will take the another color, suppose this color. So you will observe that on the outer surface of the glass or outer surface of the pot, there will be the water droplets or number of water droplets. So how those water droplets are coming at the outer surface of the glass or outer surface of the pot? Can anyone tell me whether there is a leakage of that ice from uh, which is present inside of the glass to the outside? Whether there is a leakage? There will not be any type of leakage to that glass or pot. Then also you will observe that on the outer surface of the pot or outer surface of the glass there will be the water droplet or moisture particle. So why this is so? Why this is so? Can anyone tell me? Anyone? You have to unmute yourself and you have to tell the answer. Why this is so? Akash Valsange.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Akash,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
can you tell me the answer?
No, sir. Don't know.
I was unable to hear you. Please repeat once again.
I don't know, sir.
Okay. Any another student? At least have you observed, Akash? Have you observed that after putting that
Yes, sir.
glass uh,
Yes, sir. So many
at,
times.
at the outside of the glass, there will be the water droplet. Why this is so?
Sir, in atmospheric air, some water is available in our atmospheric air.
Okay.
and
So
that
what is
it
happening?
come to contact in that ice
Okay,
uh, glass, and that's why temperature difference, that droplets are attached to glass.
okay. Any another answer? Anyone? Any another answer? Any another answer?
Sir, because
Okay.
of moisture content present in atmospheric air,
Because of moisture content present in a atmospheric air, what will happen?
the droplets come on the side of glass.
Why?
They contact with ice, sir.
So what will happen? If they will come in contact with the ice or the surface which is containing the ice, so what will happen?
The moisture content is converted into small droplets of water.
Okay. So you are saying that in the air that moisture contents or moisture particles are present. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So whether you are able to see those moisture particles in the atmospheric air with the help of your naked eye?
No, no, sir. No,
No, no.
Why? Why?
not no, sir.
Okay. Or you can take any another example. So if you see the winter season, if you see the winter season, then in winter season at the early morning, in winter season at the early morning, you will find that if there will be the grass, suppose in your farm, suppose there is grass, so in the early morning you will find that on the grass surface or on that grass there will be the small droplet of water. ते काय आपलं गवत वगैरे असतं सकाळ सकाळ हिवाळ्याच्या दिवसामध्ये जर सकाळ सकाळ जर बघितलं तुम्ही थंडीच्या दिवसामध्ये, तर त्या ठिकाणी काय दिसतं तुम्हाला, त्या गवताच्या पात्यावरती वगैरे तुम्हाला स्मॉल ड्रॉपलेट ऑफ वॉटर दिसतात. त्यावेळेस पाऊस वगैरे झालेला असतो का आकाशातून किंवा ढगातून? पाऊस वगैरे झालेला असतो का? Though there is a no rain, then also you will find that at the early morning you will observe that there will be the small droplet of that water on the surface of the grass as well as on the surface of the another plants also or plants also. Why this is so? Why this is so? Can anyone tell me the answer? Or you can take the another third example. In the winter season itself, in the winter season itself, if you wake up early in the morning, then you will find that there is a fog or there is a formation of fog. धुकं पडलेलं दिसतं तुम्हाला. धुकं बघितलंय? धुकं बघितलंय का?
Yes.
ते धुकं कशामुळे पडतं नक्की? उन्हाळ्यामध्ये कधी धुकं पडलेलं बघितलंय तुम्ही? उन्हाळ्याच्या दिवसामध्ये कोणी बघितलंय का धुकं पडलेलं? काहीतरी सांगा बाकीचे पण. I observe that there is a formation of fog in the summer season or in a rainy season. That formation of fog will form in the winter season itself or only in winter season. So whatever these three examples I have told you, so what is the basic reason behind this? Can anyone tell me? Hello? Can anyone tell me? Please tell the answer. Hello. Now please, can anyone tell me what is the basic reason? Give the answer. काहीतरी सांगा, कोणी सांगा. तुमचा आन्सर बरोबर असू द्या, चुकीचा असू द्या, पण काहीतरी सांगा. Do it fast.
Sir,
हा सांगा.
atmospheric temperature is below than 0 degrees Celsius. Because of that, the formation of
Atmospheric temperature is below than 0 degree
zero.
centigrade.
Yes, sir.
Atmospheric temperature below than 0 degree centigrade होत नाही विंटर सीझन मध्ये. काय होतं, किती असतं ते मॅक्सिमम 10-15 आसपास असतं, 15 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडच्या आसपास, किंवा लयच कमी झालं तर 10 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेडच्या आसपास. काय असेल रिझन? Okay. So the basic reason behind this is nothing but whatever air, that whatever atmospheric air we are saying, whatever atmospheric air is there, that atmospheric air is containing the dry air plus water vapor particle. Whatever moisture contents we are telling, so that moisture particles is nothing but the water vapor particle. So whatever air is present surrounding to us, that air is containing the dry air plus water vapor particles or moisture particles. So if we consider the first example, as a water, as a ice inside the glass. So whenever I am going to keep ice inside the glass, so whatever glass surface will be there, that glass surface will be in contact with the ice, and that ice will have the temperature nearly equal to 0 degree centigrade. That will not be exactly 0. That will depend upon the purity of water. That may be vary in between 0 to 4 or 0 to 5 degree centigrade. So the surface or glass surface temperature will be also equal to the temperature of the ice. So as that glass surface is exposed to the surrounding, so surrounding air, so in contact with the glass surface there will be the surrounding air. So suppose there is a surrounding air which is in contact with that glass surface, and as that surrounding air is containing the dry air plus water vapor, so as surface temperature of the glass is nearly equal to 0, so what will happen, whenever that atmospheric air will come in contact with the outer surface, so whatever water vapors are present inside the air or atmospheric air, those water vapors will get condensate. And whatever those condensate water vapors will be there, that will be formed on the colder surface. So those are nothing but the condensate water vapor from the air itself or from the surrounding air itself. So that is the answer of your first question. Then second question, on the grass or on the lip of grass. So here also in the winter season, whatever surrounding temperature will be there, that surrounding temperature will be nearly equal to 10 to or 15 to 20 degrees centigrade. So at that temperature also, whatever water vapors are present in the moisture, or whatever water vapors are present in the atmospheric air, that water vapors will get condensate, and that condensate will be formed on the grass lip or on the grass itself. Why on the grass? Because here whatever this grass surface will be there, that grass surface will have the lower temperature, and that's why whatever droplets are there, those are nothing but the condensate of the water vapor from the surrounding air. So this is the answer of your second question. And whatever third question is there, that answer of third question is depending upon the term called as a saturated air. So whatever water vapors are present in the surrounding air, that amount of water vapor present in the surrounding air will depend upon the temperature and pressure. Will depend upon the temperature and pressure. So water holding capacity of the surrounding air, water vapor holding capacity of surrounding air is depend upon temperature and pressure. And that water holding capacity will goes on increasing in summer season, and that will goes on decreasing in winter season. So in case of winter season only, you will find that there is a formation of fog. So whatever third answer is there, that third answer I will explain once again after defining the term called as a saturated air. So have you got the concept that for all the three reasons? So as we are knowing that whatever surrounding air is there, that surrounding air is containing the dry air plus water vapor. Then your question might be, why we are not able to observe the water vapor? Why we are not able to observe the water vapor which are present in the surrounding air? So the reason behind this is nothing but whatever water vapors are available in the surrounding air, those water vapors will be always in the superheated form. Those water vapors will be always in the superheated form. In case of winter season, as surrounding temperature goes on decreasing, that's why those superheated vapor will get converted into saturated vapor. And whenever those superheated vapor will get converted into saturated vapor, you will observe that there is a formation of fog. So that fog, or that fog formation, is nothing but the water vapor. So here first term is called as a dry air. So what is meant by dry air? Air without containing the water vapor. Is called as a dry air. So pure dry air does not exist in the nature. Does not exist in the nature. So hereafterwards, whenever we are calling air, फक्त एअर आपण ज्यावेळेस कारण की कॉमनली आपण काय म्हणतो, एअर म्हणतो, पण ती एअर म्हणजे काय असते? दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी ड्राय एअर प्लस वॉटर वेपर. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हॅव टू डिफाइन व्हॉट इज मीन बाय ड्राय एअर. सो प्युअर ड्राय एअर इज नथिंग बट दी मिक्सचर ऑफ नंबर ऑफ गॅसेस. सो वी आर नोइंग दॅट in the air there are number of gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, then hydrogen, argon, neon, helium. So whatever those number of gases are there, so if there will be the mixture of those only, if there will be the mixture of number of gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, then hydrogen, then neon, then argon, helium. So if there will be the mixture of number of gases only, then that air will be called as a dry air. So out of those many gases, the maximum portion of gases which is present in the atmospheric air is nothing but the nitrogen and oxygen. So nitrogen and oxygen is containing the major portion, whereas the remaining, that is nothing but hydrogen, carbon dioxide, argon, neon, helium, those gases are present in the dry air, but the portion will be in minor form, or there will be less amount of those gases which will be present in the dry air. So here afterwards, dry air, whenever the word air will come, because we are knowing that dry air, only dry air or pure dry air does not exist in the nature. So here afterwards, whenever the word air will be there, so that air word is nothing but it is the moist air, or that is also called as a mixture of dry air plus water vapor. So related to the dry air, the molecular mass of dry air, or molecular mass of dry air is nothing but 28.966, and gas constant value, characteristic gas constant value for dry air will be taken as 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So that is related to the first term called as a dry air. Have you understood the meaning of dry air? Yes or no? So dry air is nothing but it is only pure mixture of various gases or number of gases. Then next term is there, that is called as a moisture. Next term is there, that is called as a moisture. So in the dry air itself, I have told you that dry air does not exist in the nature. That's why whatever air will be there, which is present surrounding to us, that air is nothing but the moist air. And that moist air is nothing but, it is the combination of moist air. Moist air is nothing but, it is the combination of dry air plus water vapor. Dry air plus water vapor. Dry air plus water vapor. So moist air is nothing but the mixture of dry air plus water vapor. So whatever water vapors are present, in the moist air, those water vapors are present in the form of superheated vapor, and that's why those vapors will not be visible to us with the help of naked eye. And the amount of water vapor, which are present in the dry air, that will depend upon the temperature as well as pressure. Of the mixture. म्हणजे moist airचं टेम्परेचर आणि प्रेशर, ह्या दोन टर्म वरती काय डिपेंड असणार आहेत, किती अमाऊंट ऑफ वॉटर वेपर त्या ड्राय एअर मध्ये अवेलेबल असणार आहेत किंवा त्या ड्राय एअर मध्ये प्रेझेंट असणार आहे. अँड व्हॉट एव्हर दिस मॉइस्ट एअर is there, that moist air is the main parameter. Which is affecting on the human comfort, as well as various industrial processes. So for that purpose only, to control the moisture particle or to control the humidity, we have to do the air conditioning. So if you take the example, suppose you are present in the Pandharpur, and the atmospheric temperature, suppose you are in Pandharpur and atmospheric temperature is suppose 25 degrees centigrade, and on the same day you are present in the Mumbai, and suppose atmospheric temperature is nothing but again 25 degrees centigrade. So though temperature is same in the Pandharpur as well as in the Mumbai, then also the feeling of comfortness in the Pandharpur will have the different value as compared to feeling of comfortness in the Mumbai. Why this is so? Because that Mumbai is near to the sea, and because of the same, the moisture particles or the humidity present in the surrounding air in the Mumbai will have the higher value as compared to humidity present in the Pandharpur. And because of the same, the comfortness which you are feeling in the Pandharpur at the same temperature will not be felt by the human being in the Mumbai at the same temperature. So in the Mumbai, you will feel somewhat discomfort at the same temperature as compared to Pandharpur. Why this is so? Because of amount of water vapor which are present in the dry air, or that is depending upon the humidity also. So this is the term called as a moist air. Then third term is there, that is called as a saturated air. Now who will tell the definition of saturated air? What is meant by saturated air? Can anyone tell me? What is meant by saturated air? Can anyone tell me what is meant by saturated air? सांगा काहीतरी बोला. चुकीचं असू द्या पण बोला काहीतरी. Because until and unless you are not going to participate, so I am not going to understand whether you are understanding whatever I am teaching to you or not understanding whatever I am teaching to you. What is meant by saturated air? त्या अगोदर तुम्ही सॅच्युरेटेड लिक्विडचं एक्झाम्पल ऐकलं असेल. सॅच्युरेटेड लिक्विडचं एक्झाम्पल ऐकलं असेल. व्हॉट इज मीन बाय सॅच्युरेटेड लिक्विड? कोण सांगेल का? सॅच्युरेटेड लिक्विड कशाला म्हणतात माहित आहे का कोणाला? होय किंवा नाही काहीतरी सांगा. Maximum amount of water vapor in a air. Okay. Any another answer? So if you take the simple example for understanding of saturated air, if you take the example of saturated liquid, suppose you are having water in a glass. Suppose you are having a water. So suppose up to this level the water is available in the glass. So whenever you are going to pour a salt, जर त्या पाण्यामध्ये जर मीठ टाकत गेला तुम्ही, so initially you will observe that that salt is dissolving inside the water. That salt is dissolving inside the water. So again, if you are going to mix the salt inside the water, again that salt will goes on dissolving inside the water. Again, if you are going to mix the salt inside the water, again that salt will get dissolved inside the water. But one stage will come, or one point will come, when you are going to mix further salt inside the water. At that location you will observe that now that salt is not dissolving inside the water. Now that salt is not dissolving inside the water. That means here whatever water is there, that water is having the dissolution capacity of the salt. So up to a certain level, that salt is becoming, or that salt is being dissolved inside the water. But after certain level, that salt is not dissolving inside the water. Why this is so? Because whatever salt holding capacity or whatever salt mixing capacity of water is there, that capacity is that maximum capacity is got fulfilled. So whatever this mixture or whatever this liquid will be there, that liquid will be called as a saturated liquid. At that stage, whatever this liquid will be there, that will be called as a saturated liquid. Similar to that saturated liquid in case of saturated air also. In case of saturated air also, we are knowing that whatever air is there, that air is nothing but it is the mixture of dry air. It is the mixture of dry air plus water vapor. It is the mixture of dry air plus water vapor. But amount of water vapor which are present in a, or which are available in the moist air is depend upon the temperature and pressure. So whatever this dry air is there, that dry air is having the water vapor holding capacity. That dry air at particular temperature and at particular pressure, that dry air will have the water holding capacity or water vapor holding capacity. So saturated air is nothing but it is the mixture of dry air and water vapor. It is the mixture of dry air and water vapor when maximum possible amount of water vapor, are dissolved inside the dry air, so that mixture will be called as a saturated air. Saturated air कशाला म्हणणार आहे? It is the mixture of dry air plus water vapor. कशाचं मिक्सचर आहे? ड्राय एअर प्लस वॉटर वेपर. पण ती जी काय ड्राय एअर आहे, त्या ड्राय एअरची काहीतरी कॅपॅसिटी आहे, वॉटर वेपर होल्डिंग करण्याची काहीतरी कॅपॅसिटी आहे. जोपर्यंत तेवढी कॅपॅसिटी फुलफिल होत नाही, तोपर्यंत काय करणार आहे? ते ड्राय एअर जे आहे, ड्राय एअर काय करणार आहे? वॉटर वेपर मिक्स करत जाणार आहे. पण तेवढी कॅपॅसिटी एकदा फुलफिल झाली की त्यानंतर परत जरी तुम्ही वॉटर वेपर ऍड केल्यानंतर सुद्धा त्या वॉटर वेपर काय होणार नाहीत? मिक्स होणार नाहीत. सो दॅट मिक्सचर when amount of or maximum possible amount of water vapors will be diffused inside the dry air, so that mixture will be called as a saturated air. So after saturated air, whatever water vapors will be dissolved or whatever water vapor will be mixed inside that air, that water vapor will be formed in the form of fog. आणि त्याच कारणामुळे, or because of this reason only, in the winter season you will observe that there is a formation of fog. त्यासाठी विंटर सीझन मध्ये फॉग फॉर्मेशन होतं किंवा धुकं फक्त विंटर सीझन मध्येच कशासाठी पडतं? कारण की विंटर सीझन मध्ये जे काय सराउंडिंग टेम्परेचर जे असतं, ते सराउंडिंग टेम्परेचर काय असतं? लोअर सराउंडिंग टेम्परेचर असतं. आणि ज्यावेळेस सराउंडिंग टेम्परेचर लोअर असेल त्यावेळेस काय होतं? त्या ड्राय एअरची वॉटर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी जी आहे, वॉटर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी जी आहे ती काय होते, कमी होते. आणि ड्राय एअरची वॉटर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी कमी झाल्यामुळं जे काय एक्सेस अमाऊंट ऑफ वॉटर वेपर असणार आहे, जे काय एक्सेस अमाऊंट ऑफ वॉटर वेपर असणार आहे, दॅट एक्सेस अमाऊंट ऑफ वॉटर वेपर विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू द फॉग. आणि सेम समर सीझन मध्ये तुम्हाला फॉग कशामुळे दिसत नाही किंवा समर सीझन मध्ये धुकं कशामुळे दिसत नाही, कारण की समर सीझन मध्ये काय झालेलं असतं, सराउंडिंगचं टेम्परेचर वाढलेलं असतं. समर सीझन मध्ये सराउंडिंगचं टेम्परेचर वाढलेलं असतं. सराउंडिंगचं टेम्परेचर वाढल्यामुळं वॉटर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी जी आहे, वॉटर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी ऑफ ड्राय एअर, ती जी कॅपॅसिटी काय होत असते, वाढलेली असते. आणि ती कॅपॅसिटी फुलफिल झाली नाही, त्यामुळे काय होत असते, त्या ठिकाणी सॅच्युरेटेड वेपर फॉर्मेशन होत नसतं. फॉग फॉर्मेशन कधी होणार आहे किंवा धुकं कधी फॉर्म होणार आहे, ज्यावेळेस सॅच्युरेटेड एअर होईल. सॅच्युरेटेड एअर झाल्यानंतर जे काय एक्सेस अमाऊंट ऑफ वॉटर वेपर असणार आहे ते कशामध्ये असणार आहे, इन द फॉर्म ऑफ फॉग असणार आहे. आर यू गेटिंग द कन्सेप्ट ऑफ सॅच्युरेटेड एअर? येस और नो? येस और नो? So I will tell the definition of saturated air once again. So saturated air is nothing but mixture of dry air and water vapor when maximum possible amount of water vapor, when maximum possible amount of water vapors are dissolved inside the dry air. So that will be called as a saturated air. Now next psychrometric term is there, that is called as a dry bulb temperature. Next psychrometric term is there, that is called as a ड्राय बल्ब टेम्परेचर. अप टिल नाउ आतापर्यंत फक्त तुम्हाला एकच टेम्परेचर माहित आहे, आतापर्यंत तुम्हाला फक्त टेम्परेचर माहित आहे. कोल्डनेस और हॉटनेस ऑफ एनी बॉडी इज कॉल्ड एज अ टेम्परेचर. बट व्हाट एवर टेम्परेचर टर्म इज देयर in terms of psychrometric, there will be basically 3 to 4 types of temperature. Actually 4 types of temperature will be there. So first temperature will be called as the dry bulb temperature. Second temperature will be called as the wet bulb temperature. Third temperature will be called as the dew point temperature, and next one will be called as the apparatus dew point temperature. Dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, dew point temperature, and apparatus dew point temperature. So out of that, first term is called as the dry bulb temperature. That dry bulb temperature is also called as the DBT, capital D, capital B, capital T, or that is also denoted by letter TD, small t suffix d, small t suffix d, that will be called as the dry bulb temperature. Now what is the exact meaning of dry bulb temperature? Suppose for measurement of temperature you are having one thermometer. So suppose this is a thermometer and this is the sensing bulb of thermometer in which mercury will be present. So this is the sensing bulb of thermometer in which mercury is present. So depending upon the rise of mercury level, depending upon the rise of mercury level inside the thermometer, you are telling that what is the temperature, what is the temperature. Now what is the exact meaning of dry bulb temperature? So when the sensing bulb of thermometer, this sensing bulb, when the sensing bulb of thermometer is dry and clean, when the sensing bulb of thermometer is dry and clean, then the temperature measured by the thermometer, then the temperature measured by the thermometer will be called as a dry bulb temperature. सिंपल वर्ड मध्ये, ज्यावेळेस तुमच्या थर्मामीटरचा सेन्सिंग बल्ब ज्यामध्ये मर्क्युरी प्रेझेंट असतो, ज्यावेळेस तो सेन्सिंग बल्ब ड्राय आणि क्लीन असेल, ड्राय आणि क्लीन असेल, त्यावेळेस त्या थर्मामीटरनं जे काय मेजर केलेलं टेम्परेचर असतं त्याला आपण काय म्हणत असतो, ड्राय बल्ब टेम्परेचर. आर यू गेटिंग? येस और नो? आर यू गेटिंग? Please write in the comment box whether you got the definition of dry bulb temperature. Yes or no? अरे काहीतरी सांगा. Next definition is wet bulb temperature. That wet bulb temperature will be denoted by WBT, that will be also called as a wettable temperature, or that will also be called as a TW. That will also be called as a TW. TW म्हणजे काय? Wettable temperature. So what is the basic difference between dryable temperature and wettable temperature? So in case of dryable temperature, whatever sensing bulb of thermometer is there, that sensing bulb of thermometer is clean and dry. Whereas in case of wettable temperature, whatever sensing bulb of thermometer will be there, that sensing bulb of thermometer will be surrounded or will be wounded with the help of wet cloth. जो काय सेन्सिंग बल्ब आहे, जो की ऍटमॉस्फिअरला एक्सपोज होणार आहे, तो जर सेन्सिंग बल्ब मी ओल्या कपड्यानं किंवा ओल्या फडक्यानं जर गुंडाळला आणि ओल्या कपड्यानं गुंडाळल्यानंतर त्या थर्मामीटरनं जे काय टेम्परेचर दाखवलेलं असेल ते टेम्परेचर मी काय म्हणणार आहे? वेटेबल टेम्परेचर म्हणणार आहे. सो द डेफिनेशन ऑफ वेटेबल टेम्परेचर, temperature of air recorded by thermometer or temperature of air shown by thermometer when its sensing bulb is surrounded, or that is also called as a wounded. When its sensing bulb is surrounded or wounded or is covered with the help of wet cloth, which is exposed to the air, that will be called as a wettable temperature. म्हणजे ह्या केस मध्ये वेटेबल टेम्परेचरच्या केसमध्ये, 2 मिनिटं, वेटेबल टेम्परेचरच्या केसमध्ये काय होणार आहे? जी काय सराउंडिंग एअर आहे, ती सराउंडिंग एअर कशाच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येणार आहे? ती सराउंडिंग एअर जी आहे ती कशाच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येणार आहे? वेट क्लोथच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येणार आहे. आणि वेट क्लोथच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये आल्यानंतर हा जो काय सेन्सिंग बल्ब आहे, तो सेन्सिंग बल्ब कशाचं टेम्परेचर मेजर करणार आहे? त्या वेट क्लोथचं टेम्परेचर किंवा त्या वेट क्लोथचा इम्पॅक्ट मेजर करणार आहे. अँड दॅट विल बी शोन विथ द हेल्प ऑफ दॅट मर्क्युरी. सो दॅट विल बी कॉल्ड एज अ वेटेबल टेम्परेचर. आता मी जर आता ह्या प्रेझेंट सिच्युएशनला जी काय सराउंडिंग एअर आहे, त्या प्रेझेंट सिच्युएशनच्या सराउंडिंग एअरचं मी जर ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर मेजर केलं आणि वेटेबल टेम्परेचर मेजर केलं, तर कोणतं टेम्परेचर जास्त असणार आहे? कोणत्या टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू जास्त असणार आहे? ड्रायबल टेम्परेचरची की वेटेबल टेम्परेचरची? प्रेझेंट कंडिशनला जर किंवा प्रेझेंट सिच्युएशनला जर मी थर्मामीटरच्या साहाय्यानं ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर मेजर केलं आणि सेम टाइमला मी वेटेबल टेम्परेचर मेजर केलं, तर दोन्ही टेम्परेचर मधली कोणती टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू जास्त असणार आहे? ऑब्वियसली द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर विल बी ग्रेटर एज कम्पेअर्ड टू वेटेबल टेम्परेचर. So whatever next term is there, that next term is called as a wettable depression. That next term is there, that will be called as a wettable depression. So wettable depression is nothing but it is the difference between dryable temperature and wettable temperature. Arithmetic difference between dryable temperature and wettable temperature at any point at this particular location. At any point at the particular location, that will be called as a wettable depression. So simply wettable depression is nothing but difference between dryable temperature and wettable temperature. So for GATE exam as well as for various multiple choice question, the term wettable temperature depression, the term wettable depression will always indicate the relative humidity of the air. The term wettable depression will always indicate the relative humidity of the air. That relative humidity will be denoted by letter I or RH. We are having the definition of relative humidity also, that we are going to see. So here wettable depression is nothing but, वेटेबल डिप्रेशनचं सिग्निफिकन्स काय? एखाद्या एअरचा वेटेबल डिप्रेशन काय इंडिकेट करणार आहे? त्या एअरची रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी किती आहे ते काय इंडिकेट करणार आहे? वेटेबल डिप्रेशन इंडिकेट करणार आहे. आर यू गेटिंग? येस और नो? राइट इन द चॅट, राइट इन द कमेंट बॉक्स और चॅट बॉक्स. So this point is very much important. Wettable depression is indicating the relative humidity of that air. Now next point, Now next point is nothing but dew point temperature. Next point is nothing but dew point temperature. आता dew point temperature कशाला म्हणणार आहे मी? कोण सांगेल का? Can anyone tell me what is meant by dew point temperature? कशाला म्हणणार आहे? सांगा कोणीतरी. What is meant by dew point temperature? Okay, the temperature at which condensation begins. The temperature at which condensation begins is called as the dew point temperature. Correct. So, for understanding purpose, suppose you are having a surrounding air. Suppose you are having a surrounding air and you are going to pull that surrounding air. You are going to pull that surrounding air. So, when you are going to pull that surrounding air, the gradually temperature of that surrounding air will goes on decreasing, decreasing, decreasing. So, as the temperature of surrounding air is goes on decreasing, that means whatever dry air and water vapor which is present in the surrounding air, the temperature of that dry air as well as water vapor is also goes on gradually decreasing. So one point will come. तुम्ही ही प्रोसेस कंटिन्यू केलेली आहे, म्हणजे काय करता तुम्ही सराउंडिंगची जी काय एअर आहे ती सराउंडिंगची एअर काय तुम्ही करताय, पुल करताय, आणि ती प्रोसेस जी आहे ती काय करताय तुम्ही कंटिन्यू करताय. सपोज यू आर हॅव्हिंग दिस एज द सराउंडिंग एअर and as that surrounding air is consisting the dry air plus water vapor. So when you are going to cool this surrounding air, the temperature of this air will goes on decreasing gradually, and one point will come where whatever water vapors are present inside that moist air, those water vapors are start condensing. So at that particular point, whatever temperature of that air will be there, that temperature will be called as a dew point temperature. So simple words, dew point temperature is nothing but the temperature of air. Dew point temperature is nothing but the temperature of air recorded by the thermometer when water vapor means moisture present in the moist air starts or begins to condensate. That point will be called as the dew point temperature. Are you getting the concept of dew point temperature? Simple word, सराउंडिंग एअरला कूल करत गेल्यानंतर ज्या टेम्परेचरला किंवा ज्या पॉइंटला त्या सराउंडिंग एअर मधलं वॉटर वेपरचं कन्व्हर्जन होईल कशामध्ये, किंवा वॉटर वेपरचं कन्व्हर्जन स्टार्ट होईल कशामध्ये, लिक्विड मध्ये, त्या पॉइंटला किंवा त्या पॉइंटच्या टेम्परेचरला आपण काय म्हणणार आहे, ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर. सो ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर इज नथिंग बट temperature of air recorded by thermometer when moisture content or water vapor present in the moist air starts or begins to condensate. That will be called as the dew point temperature. Now that dew point temperature will be indicated by dpt, or that will be also indicated by tdp, suffix dp. That will be called as a dew point temperature. Now whatever saturated air is there, so for saturated air, this is also important as far as your multiple choice question is concerned. So for saturated air, the value of dry bulb temperature, is equal to value of wet bulb temperature is equal to value of dew point temperature. For saturated air, the value of dry bulb temperature is equal to value of wet bulb temperature is equal to value of dew point temperature. म्हणजे ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही मॉइस्ट एअर मध्ये वॉटर वेपर पार्टिकल्स ऍड करत जाल, 1 मिनिट, ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही मॉइस्ट एअर म्हणजे काय, इट इज अ मिक्सचर ऑफ ड्राय एअर प्लस वॉटर वेपर. मॉइस्ट एअर म्हणजे काय, इट इज अ मिक्सचर ऑफ ड्राय एअर प्लस वॉटर वेपर. आता त्या मॉइस्ट एअर मध्ये तुम्ही काय करत गेला, वॉटर वेपर ऍड करत जात असताना ती जी काही ड्राय एअर आहे त्या मॉइस्ट एअर मधली, त्या ड्राय एअरची काहीतरी वॉटर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी आहे फॉर दॅट पर्टिक्युलर टेम्परेचर आणि पर्टिक्युलर प्रेशरला. ज्यावेळेस ती वॉटर वेपर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी, वॉटर वेपर होल्डिंग कॅपॅसिटी फुलफिल होईल त्यावेळेस जी काही एअर फॉर्म झालेली असणार आहे त्या एअरला मी काय म्हणणार आहे, सॅच्युरेटेड एअर म्हणणार आहे. त्या सॅच्युरेटेड एअरचं जर मी ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर, वेटेबल टेम्परेचर आणि ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर जर मेजर केलं, सॅच्युरेटेड एअरचं जर मी ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर, वेटेबल टेम्परेचर आणि ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर जर मेजर केलं तर त्यावेळेस व्हॅल्यू ऑफ ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर विल बी इक्वल टू व्हॅल्यू ऑफ वेटेबल टेम्परेचर will be equal to value of dew point temperature. Have you got the concept? Yes or no? Write in the chat box. Write in the chat box. Okay. Now, suppose you are having the surrounding air. You are having the surrounding air. So that surrounding air, presently that surrounding air will be the moist air. That will not be the saturated air. Saturated air कधी होणार आहे? Saturated air कधी होणार आहे? ज्यावेळेस त्या water vapor, sorry, dry air present in moist air, dry air present in moist air will absorb or will consume the maximum possible amount of water vapor. त्यावेळेस ती काय असणार आहे? सॅच्युरेटेड एअर असणार आहे. आता तुमच्याकडे समजा मॉइस्ट एअर आहे आणि त्या मॉइस्ट एअरचं तुम्ही ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर, वेटेबल टेम्परेचर आणि ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर तिन्ही टेम्परेचर मेजर केली तर सगळ्यात जास्त टेम्परेचर कोणतं असणार आहे? सिक्वेन्स कसा असणार आहे टेम्परेचरचा? कोणतं टेम्परेचर जास्त असणार आहे? कन्सिडर काय करा, आता तुमच्या प्रेझेंट सिच्युएशनला तुमच्या सराउंडिंगला जी काय एअर आहे ती एअर कन्सिडर करा आणि त्या एअरचं तुम्ही काय मेजर केलेलं आहे? ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर मेजर केलेलं आहे, वेटेबल टेम्परेचर मेजर केलेलं आहे आणि ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर मेजर केलेलं आहे. आता प्रेझेंट सिच्युएशनला जी काय सराउंडिंगला एअर असणार आहे ती कोणती एअर असणार आहे? तुमची मॉइस्ट एअर असणार आहे, ती सॅच्युरेटेड एअर असणार नाही. त्या एअरचं जर मी ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर, वेटेबल टेम्परेचर आणि ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर तिन्ही टेम्परेचर मेजर केली तर कोणत्या टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू जास्त असणार आहे तिन्हीपैकी? कोण सांगेल? ड्रायबल टेम्परेचरची व्हॅल्यू जास्त असेल. ओके. दोन नंबरला कोणता असणार आहे? वेटेबलची की ड्यू पॉइंटची? दोन नंबरला कोणतं टेम्परेचर असणार आहे? ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर नंतर नेक्स्ट टेम्परेचरची हायेस्ट टेम्परेचर कोणतं असणार आहे? वेटेबल की ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर? कोणता असणार आहे? So second highest temperature value will be of wettable temperature, and third temperature or lowest temperature out of these three temperature will be dew point temperature. But in case of saturated air, the value of dryable temperature will be equal to wettable temperature will be equal to dew point temperature. Now next definition. Sorry. Next definition is called as a dew point depression. So similar to the wettable depression, dew point depression is nothing but the काय असणार आहे? ड्यू पॉइंट डिप्रेशन म्हणजे काय असणार आहे? सिमिलर टू वेटेबल डिप्रेशन. वेटेबल डिप्रेशन म्हणजे आपण काय म्हणलं होतं? दॅट वॉज द डिफरन्स बिटवीन ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर अँड वेटेबल टेम्परेचर. सिमिलरली dew point depression is nothing but it is the difference between ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर and dew point temperature. ड्रायबल आणि ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर डिफरन्स. ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर इज नथिंग बट डीबीटी, ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर आणि ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर. एखाद्या एअरचा पर्टिक्युलर टाइमला जर मी ड्रायबल टेम्परेचर आणि ड्यू पॉइंट टेम्परेचर मेजर केलं तर त्या दोन्हीच्या मधला जो काही डिफरन्स असणार आहे दॅट डिफरन्स विल बी कॉल्ड एज अ ड्यू पॉइंट डिप्रेशन. यू गॉट द पॉइंट? ड्यू पॉइंट डिप्रेशन. नाउ नेक्स्ट डेफिनेशन इज रिलेटेड टू द ह्युमिडिटी. आता तुम्ही टीव्ही वरती वगैरे ज्यावेळेस बातम्या वगैरे ऐकता त्यावेळेस तुम्ही हा ह्युमिडिटी वर्ड जो आहे तो कॉमन वर्ड आहे, बट that humidity will have the three meaning or there will be three words related to the humidity. First humidity will be called as the only humidity, that will be also called as a specific humidity, that is also called as the humidity ratio. Humidity, specific humidity or humidity ratio. दुसरी जी आहे त्याला काय म्हणतोय मी? दुसरी जी ह्युमिडिटी आहे त्याला काय म्हणतोय? डिग्री ऑफ सॅच्युरेशन किंवा पर्सेंटेज ह्युमिडिटी म्हणतो. दुसरी जी आहे त्याला काय म्हणतोय? डिग्री ऑफ सॅच्युरेशन किंवा पर्सेंटेज ह्युमिडिटी. पहिली ह्युमिडिटी, स्पेसिफिक ह्युमिडिटी, ह्युमिडिटी रेशो. दुसरी जी आहे ती पर्सेंटेज ह्युमिडिटी किंवा डिग्री ऑफ सॅच्युरेशन, आणि तिसरी जी आहे त्याला काय म्हणतोय आपण, रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी म्हणतोय. तिसरी जी आहे त्याला काय म्हणतोय, रिलेटिव्ह ह्युमिडिटी. त्या तिन्ही डेफिनेशन वी हॅव टू सी द ऑल द थ्री डेफिनेशन रिलेटेड टू ह्युमिडिटी इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर. बट इन जनरल व्हॉट इज मीन बाय ह्युमिडिटी? ज्यावेळेस आपण ह्युमिडिटी हा वर्ड घेतो त्यावेळेस आपल्या मनामध्ये काय येतं, ह्युमिडिटी म्हणजे काय? ह्युमिडिटी म्हणजे काय? कोण सांगेल? ह्युमिडिटी कशाला म्हणतो आपण? So in general, humidity is nothing but amount of, or it is nothing but the measure of amount of water vapor and amount of dry air. Measure of amount of water vapor and amount of dry air in the moist air. So that will be called as the humidity. So in detail, we are going to see these three definition in the next lecture. That those will be related to the small w, mu, and phi. So now time is 11:58. So 2 minutes are remaining. So once again, I'm going to appeal you I'm going to appeal you, if you have filled the GATE exam form and made the transaction or paid the fee. So whatever that GATE exam form will be there, PDF copy of that GATE exam form, you have to send that GATE exam form to Fayard Sawan sir, as well as to your project guide, because we have to give the statistic related to how many students have filled the GATE exam form, and it is compulsory to all the students to fill the GATE exam form. College has already decided one policy that whenever you are going to fill the GATE exam form and you are going to submit that GATE exam form to the GATE coordinator, that is nothing but Fayard Sawan sir. So if you are going to attempt the GATE exam and if you are getting the non-zero score, that is 0.1 itself or 0.1 also, then also you will get the 50% of the amount which you have paid against the GATE exam or registration charges. And if you are going to qualify or if you are going to crack the GATE exam, then 100% whatever amount you are going to pay as a registration charges, that will be reimbursed to you. So fill the GATE exam form and submit that copy to Fayard Sawan sir from our division. Many of the students have not yet filled the GATE exam form from another division. Many students have filled the GATE exam form as well as they have submitted the copy to Fayard Sawan sir. So today only you have to fill the GATE exam form and you have to submit the copy to Sawan sir as well as your respective guide. Will it be okay? Will it be okay? Yes or no? काय सांगतोय समजतंय का? आजच्या आज गेट एक्झाम फॉर्म फिलअप करा आणि तो सबमिट करा चव्हाण सरांकडे. डोंट वेट फॉर लास्ट डेट ऑफ द गेट एक्झाम और रजिस्ट्रेशन, लास्ट डेट ऑफ registration of GATE exam. So today only fill that GATE exam form and submit that copy to Sawan sir. Okay, now write your roll number in the chat box and you can exit the meeting. Thank you.